Well, hello there, Brodie Harkness, Coach Scott here with a video analysis of your pitching that we took late May, I believe, down at Kinsman Stadium. The whole idea of this is to allow you to look at yourself pitching to see if you can perform a few tweaks to help yourself become even better than you already are. Because I believe you really are, one of our top pitchers, that's for sure. And I love to watch you throw. You've got a tremendous competitive nature that you just can't capture on film. Okay, film. I don't know why I called it film. I'm an old school guy, I guess. We'll call it just video then. Digital era. So anyway, what I've done here is I've paired you up with Trevor Bauer from the Cleveland Indians. Okay, and you guys do stuff slightly differently, but it's just food for thought again to give you ideas or things that you might be able to tweak to get yourself better so that you can maximize your skills and become even more dominant for us and for the Durham College Lords. Okay, as you become an EMT and someday help save me when I have my heart attack. Watching you guys, that is. Okay, so here we go. Let me take you through your load. Again, generally a load I like to be nice and quiet, just a small little step, head on the target, not too noisy. Okay, Trevor Bauer does one that's a little different. He steps backwards and then comes forward, and what that helps him do is get a little more energy towards the plate. It's a backward motion and then forward, okay, and it gives him a little more forward energy towards his target. So it's a little different than most guys. A lot of guys just have a nice little step. And that's kind of what you do, which is nice. Nice and simple, nice and quiet, nice and repeatable. So let me take you through your load. Nice little step. Nice and rhythmic. Lose the target there, but a lot of guys do that. They avert their eyes just briefly. Okay, then they pick the target up again. Once they get up to the kind of the apex of their leg kick, you're gonna pick up the target again. Okay, right about there is your apex. Okay, let me take Trevor Bauer to his. He does a big step back, and again he tries to create that backward motion and then forward motion toward the target. There's his back step. And there he is. Okay, so I think you guys are both, yeah, right about there. You're both at your apex right there. Okay. I don't know if he ever loses the target or not. Let me just have a quick look. Yeah, he stays right on it the whole time. There's lots of guys who lose the target. I mean, Chapman. Aroldis Chapman actually loses the target briefly as well and then picks it up again once he starts towards it. Okay, so the next step I like to take you guys through to keep this as brief as possible is where your front foot passes your front hip to see what kind of early momentum you get towards the plate. So let me just get you going. Okay, and it looks like your front foot has passed your front hip at this point. Okay, and the amount of early momentum that you have is negligible. Okay, let's call it that. I've got some lines I can draw on here just to see how far you've gotten away from the rubber with your early momentum. Okay, that early energy towards the plate. Okay, and that's where you are right there. Just a very short distance, not too much early momentum. Let me show you Trevor Bauer when he gets his front foot past his front hip. Really leading with that hip. You can see the energy. That hip leading towards the target. Now he's past it. Okay. You can see quite a difference in energy. Okay, but how far he's gotten away from the rubber right off the bat is quite a difference between you and he. Okay. You can see this little leg in the back here. This is what we call the force vector, meaning the angle that we're going to create force at. He can create tremendous lateral force because he's gotten that at a great angle. Right now, yours is still straight up and down, which is fine. You might do your leg drive a little bit later. It might be a little bit delayed, but it's something to think about. Okay, so let's carry on. At this point, I'd like to get you to front foot strike now. Okay, so I'm going to get you going to front foot strike. So you get a chance to see yourself move into front foot strike, which is very important. See, you're driving down that hill now. There's your front foot strike. Okay. And again, we can see how far you've gotten off the mound. We can see what you've done with your drive leg. Okay. You can also see your arm action to see where you're at as far as once you land, is the arm up? Is it down? Is it late? Is it early? Little things like that. Doesn't look too bad just now. Okay. Also, what should happen at front foot strike, when you stabilize that front leg, which you do, that's going to slam those hips open and create that separation, that hip to shoulder separation that you want to really get high velocity. Okay, let me take Trevor Bauer to the same place here. I think he's at front foot strike right there. You see his front foot? Bam, it's down. Okay, look how far he's actually gone off the rubber. The energy he's used, his force vector, and how everything is extended. The knee, the ankle kick even is extended. Okay, and what's happened is those hips, when he hit down here, that stabilizes. That's like hitting a wall basically. Once he stabilizes and the hips turn, the hips actually thrust open at that point. Look at the hip to shoulder separation at this point. Look where his shoulders are in comparison to his belt buckle or his front. It's kind of here. Tremendous hip to shoulder separation. That's going to create some tremendous torsional energy. Okay? Man, I don't know how they get in these damn positions. I sure as heck couldn't do it. My body would break if I had to do that. But anyway, let's carry on. Let's get us a little bit further here. You can see your back leg is not near as fully extended. That little ankle kick or extension at the ankle, full knee extension. Okay, and right now the hip to shoulder separation is not near as great, but I'm sure it'll change here in a second. You're going to see the hips slam closed when you stabilize that front leg. So here we go. Let's get you rolling. So there's your hip turn right there. You got pretty good hip to shoulder separation right there. That's probably why you throw so darn hard. There's your shoulders. There's your belt buckle now across in here. So pretty good separation. Okay. If we were to get greater separation there, and that would require tremendous flexibility, that would require a greater force vector extension with your ankle, your knee, your hip, and whatnot, more in a line like this. Okay, but I can see what you're going to do. You're going to stabilize this front leg, and it's almost like a reverse push with this front leg. Okay. That's going to create that nice hip slam. Let's have a look at that. Arms still back. Hips are forward. You got nice separation right there, which is terrific. Look at that elbow too. It's right at shoulder height, which is absolutely outstanding. Okay, much easier on the arm. You don't have a flying glove hand. It's nice and tucked down by the side, which allows you to rotate a lot faster, which is outstanding. Okay, let's carry you a little bit further. Look at your front leg stabilized, which is outstanding. That's a great thing. See, that front leg is going to be nice and stable. That's your wall. That's what you're driving into to create that energy. Okay, nice layback in the arm. Okay, you got your glove in a good position here for not only fielding, but being able to rotate quicker because it's held in close to the body. Look at that. There's that stable front side again that I talked about. Okay. Let me just clear up some of these lines here again. You can see how far you got off the rubber. Okay, you're down in here. Okay. Not too bad. The further you get down the rubber, and I mean, the most important thing is how far can you drive and still control things? Okay, I don't advocate that guys have to drive down absolutely the height of their body. So 6'3", you have to get down there. You have to get down there 75 inches. Not necessarily. Okay, not necessarily. You could still have a shorter stride and still have tremendous amount of power. As long as you're driving hard into that stable front side, it's going to create a lot of linear energy. Let's watch this dude here. Same idea. Hits on a nice bent leg, but stable. Bent, but tremendously stable. And you can see when he does that, watch the hips. See, when he stabilizes that front leg, the hips really, really fly open. And he's got the shoulders still separated quite a bit. They're still closed. There's your rotational energy right there. Look at that layback in the arm, the external rotation. Look at the glove in tight again. And look at the distance. Look at the distance he's gotten off the rubber. Pretty good. No wonder he's having such a good year for the Indians. Look at the flex. The flex of his torso now. Tremendously stable front leg, just like what you have. Slightly different angle. And look at the back. Look at this here. Look at how much torso he's using in his throw. Pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool stuff to see high velocity throwers and what they're doing. And I could throw a couple guys up here and you would see kind of the same thing, believe it or not. Actually, I could throw Tim Lincecum up here, who's really dropped off the radar screen. Let me just see if I can grab him here. Let's see. I'm going to put him on the right side. Oh, look at that. We've got him as a lefty, Tim Lincecum. Okay, but you're going to see very much the same thing. He's going to create that tremendous amount of early energy. He's going to drive with the back leg. The hip is going to be the thing that leads. See, that hip is leading. So he's going to be way down the mound before that front foot hits down. Look at that back leg. Look at the energy that back leg is using. It's almost fully extended. The ankle kick, the knee is extended, the hips, and he's going to get into the same thing. Tremendous amount of separation between the hips and the shoulders. He's a little fella. Look at that. He's stabilizing that front side. Glove in tight, in good position for fielding and rotating. Tremendous amount of separation, tremendous layback in the arm, external rotation. Look how far he's come off the rubber. So even if he threw 88, it's like he's throwing 92 because he's much closer to home plate. Okay, Just a lot of food for thought. So you can see a lot of these high velocity throwers are doing a lot of the same things. Okay, so let me just clear up all these lines and reset things and let you have a look at yourself from start to finish again. Okay, and we'll take you back to Trevor Bauer again. I just wanted to bring another guy in here. And I'll let you see both pitching motions side by side. And again, just food for thought. You're doing a great job. I just do these to let you guys see, and then we kind of educate and get a feel for what we're trying to do. And one more time with Trevor Bauer. Slightly different motion. Step back and then step forward because he's trying to create that forward momentum. That's that. All right, I hope you enjoyed that. If you got any questions, feel free to ask. We could do some more video if you like. But this is just something we do from time to time just to keep up with some continual improvement. The whole idea of playing something is to get better every time we go out. I mean, if you were out golfing and you shot a 75, I guarantee you wouldn't be happy with it. You'd want to shoot 72, 71. Okay? We just want to continually improve all the time. That's what we are. Human beings, we want to get better at everything we do. Okay? So that's why I do this. Again, not trying to change anything, just trying to give you a little food for thought, and hopefully you enjoyed it. Okay? There you go, Brodie. We'll see you at the ballpark.